If you're wondering why people don't take you seriously, I would recommend to start by asking yourself whether you take yourself seriously. Because nobody respects people who talk a big game about accountability or discipline, but lives like he's all over the place. Integrity is not what you post on social media or what you say when people are watching. It's how you live day to day in the smallest things. And if you can't get that right, don't expect respect from women, coworkers, neighbors, or anyone else. Some guys miss that boundaries and standards are not for other people first. First and foremost, those boundaries, personal boundaries, are for themselves or ourselves. They're the rules that we live by, the habits that we won't break. It's the things that define us, even when no one's looking. And here's some helpful introspection. Everyone around us sees it more than we think. They just don't say it to us outright. People notice whether we show up when we say we will. They notice when you complain about your work, but you cut corners on jobs. They notice if you expect respect from others, but won't even respect the cashier or the guy that's changing your oil. Believe me, those little moments stack up and they speak volumes. They tell people whether your words actually mean anything. First and foremost, again, to yourself, let alone anyone else. And once people see that breach between what you say and how you actually live, the respect starts to disappear. It doesn't matter how much you demand it. You can't force people to respect a man who doesn't hold himself accountable to his own words. So let's use workplace as an example. If you're always talking about being dependable, but every time a project goes south, you're the first guy looking for someone else to blame, listen, no one's fooled. People hear your words, but they don't believe your pattern. Or let's take something that's a little more simple, like simply being on time. If you're the guy who's late to every pickleball game, but still talks about discipline and standards, everyone just smiles and tunes you out. Because they've already decided that you're not living what you preach. And here's where accountability really plays out. Respect is not about other people recognizing your potential or seeing what you could be. It's about them seeing what you actually are in the moment. Do you do what you'll say you'll do? Do you live up to your own rules? Do you keep the same standards for yourself that you demand of others? Because if you don't, the whole thing collapses. People may smile to your face, but behind your back, they know that you're not living like a man that they can rely on. So listen, I'm not saying that we all have to be perfect. Hell, I struggle with this topic and many of the other topics that I do content on. In fact, one of the reasons I wrote Rules of Engagement and that I make this type of content is to have constant reflection and commitment to my own personal growth, while hopefully helping out some other guys in the process. So what does it look like if you want to continue the path to self-improvement? Listen, just keep it simple with yourself. Tell yourself something like, if I expect anyone to respect me, I've got to live by my own standards in every area of life. That means being consistent not just at work or when women are watching, but everywhere. Whether it's with friends, with neighbors, or complete strangers, you hold the same consistency. That's how you continue being the man that you claim to be. If you do catch yourself cutting corners or telling yourself little white lies, don't brush it off. Take the time to stop, do some reflection, and reset. Because if you keep going the way that you had been, then you're building a reputation for being unreliable. And no one's going to respect a man who's unreliable. That's when you draw the line with yourself and say, listen, if I'm not living it, I'm not going to say it. I'm certainly not going to say it out loud. My life has to be in line with my words. Again, at the end of the day, it's not about perfection. Everyone slips sometimes. But it is about alignment. The more your words and actions line up, the more respect will naturally follow. Boundaries, even for yourself, don't just define what other people get from you. They define who you are when nobody's watching. So if you're tired of being ignored, dismissed, or taken lightly, I'd say the first step is not demanding that other people acknowledge you. The first step is holding yourself accountable everywhere you go. Respect starts in the home, in the mirror and in the way that you carry yourself in even the seemingly small things. Because when you live with integrity within yourself, you won't have to chase respect. It'll actually follow you.